I raised her for 12 years. 12 birthdays, scraped knees, bedtime stories. Then my wife drops a bomb on New Year's Eve that shatters everything I believed. She's not mine. But what my wife didn't know was that I'd already seen the DNA test 3 months ago. And I'd been planning my exit ever since. If you think you know where this is going, trust me, you don't. Hit that subscribe button because this revenge is going to be ice cold and completely legal. My name is Flynn Ashcroft. I'm 38 years old, and for the last 3 months, I've been living the most elaborate lie of my life. But here's the thing, I'm not the one who started lying. I'm just the one who got better at it. Let me paint you a picture of what my life looked like on the surface. I'm an architect. Not just any architect, I design luxury homes for people who have more money than they know what to do with. My portfolio is impressive, my reputation is spotless, and my bank account reflects years of hard work and smart decisions. I live in a beautiful colonial house in the suburbs, the kind with the perfect lawn and the 2-car garage. The kind of house that screams successful family man. And I was. At least I thought I was. My daughter Sienna is 12 years old. She's got this wild auburn hair that catches the light when she plays piano, and she's talented, really talented. Every night I'd sit on the stairs and listen to her practice. Chopin, mostly. Her favorite. She doesn't look like me, not really. I've got dark hair and a stocky build. She's delicate, fair-skinned, with these bright green eyes. But I never questioned it. Why would I? She had my last name. She called me Dad. That was enough. That was everything. My wife Claudette is a pediatric nurse. Beautiful doesn't even begin to cover it. She's the kind of woman who lights up a room when she walks in. People gravitate toward her. Colleagues love her. Patients' families adore her. At neighborhood barbecues, she's the one everyone wants to talk to. She's warm, compassionate, funny. She volunteers at the school. She bakes cookies for charity drives. She's perfect. Or at least that's what everyone thought. That's what I thought. December 31st. New Year's Eve. We're throwing this massive party at our house. Champagne flowing, catered food, a jazz band in the corner. Everyone's there, my business partners, her hospital friends, neighbors, family. I'm in my element, shaking hands, laughing at jokes, playing the gracious host. Claudette's by my side, squeezing my arm, kissing my cheek for the photos. We look like the American dream. We look untouchable. But here's what nobody at that party knows. 3 months ago, I was doing laundry. Simple, mundane, boring laundry. I was going through Claudette's coat pockets before tossing her jacket in the wash, and I found a letter. It was from a law office I didn't recognize. And it mentioned something about paternity documentation and biological father's rights. I remember standing there in our laundry room, staring at those words until they stopped making sense. Then they made too much sense. I didn't confront her. I didn't scream or throw things or demand answers. I did something much worse. I got smart. I ordered a DNA test online, used Sienna's toothbrush when she was at school, and sent it in. 2 weeks later, the results came back. 0% match. Not my daughter. Not biologically, anyway. The party is in full swing, and I'm watching Claudette like a hawk. She's been drinking more than usual tonight, her 3rd glass of champagne before 10 o'clock. I notice her hands are trembling slightly when she sets down her glass. She keeps checking her phone, typing quick messages, then deleting them. I already know who she's texting. Dr. Preston Vale, her lover. Sienna's biological father, the man who's been hiding in the shadows of my life for 13 years. At 11:30, Sienna plays piano for our guests. She's wearing this emerald green dress that Claudette picked out. And she's performing a Chopin nocturne that she's been practicing for months. Everyone's gathered around, phones out, recording this precious moment. I'm standing in the back, and I feel this crushing weight in my chest. This little girl who I've loved with every fiber of my being, who I've tucked into bed and taught to ride a bike and helped with homework, she's not mine. But in this moment, watching her play, I realize something. Biology doesn't matter. She's mine in every way that counts, and I'm going to fight for her. The performance ends. Everyone applauds. Sienna beams, takes a little bow, and runs over to hug me. I hold her tight, maybe a little too tight, and I see Claudette watching us from across the room. There are tears in her eyes, and for a second, I almost feel sorry for her. Almost. 11:45. The countdown is about to begin. Claudette pulls me aside into the kitchen, away from the noise and the laughter. Her makeup is smudged. She's been crying. She looks at me with these desperate, pleading eyes and says, "Flynn, I need to tell you something. I can't live with this lie anymore. I play my part perfectly." I put on my concerned husband face and ask her what's wrong. My hand is steady on her shoulder. My voice is calm. Inside, I'm counting down with the crowd in the other room. 10, 9, 8. She's stammering now, struggling to get the words out. 7, 6, 5. "Sienna," she whispers, and her voice cracks. "She's not your daughter." 4, 3, 2, 1. The house erupts. Happy New Year! Fireworks exploding outside our windows, guests cheering and kissing and celebrating. And I'm standing in my kitchen, staring at my wife, letting my champagne glass slip from my fingers. It shatters on the tile floor, and the sound cuts through the celebration like a gunshot. I don't have to fake the devastation on my face. Even though I've known for 3 months, hearing her say it out loud breaks something in me all over again. I take a step back from her and I see the fear in her eyes. "What did you just say?" My voice comes out as a whisper. She's sobbing now, reaching for me, trying to explain. "It was Preston," she chokes out. "Before we were married?" It continued. "I'm so sorry. I thought I cut her off." "You thought you could lie to me forever?" The guests sense something's wrong. The music's still playing, but conversations are dying down. People are glancing toward the kitchen, whispering. I walk out, my face a mask of barely controlled rage, and announce that the party's over. Family emergency. Everyone needs to leave. Now. There's this awkward shuffle as people grab their coats, mumbling apologies and asking if we're okay. I don't answer. I just stand at the door, showing them out with a forced smile that probably looks more like a grimace. Sienna appears at the top of the stairs in her green dress, confused and frightened. She's heard the shouting. "Dad? What's happening? Why is everyone leaving?" My heart shatters all over again. I walk up to her, kneel down so we're eye level, and tell her the only truth that matters. I love you. No matter what happens, no matter what you hear, I love you more than anything in this world. Okay, she's crying now, nodding, not understanding. I send her to her room and watch her disappear down the hallway. When I come back downstairs, Claudette is slumped against the kitchen counter, mascara streaming down her face. She tries to explain, to justify 13 years of deception. She tells me Preston wanted to be involved, that she couldn't deny him access to his daughter, that every late shift at the hospital, every weekend conference, every girls' trip with her sisterlies, all lies. She's been playing house with both of us, letting Preston be a secret father while I paid the bills and played the fool. I let her talk. I let her spill everything. Then I say the words I've been rehearsing for 3 months. I want you out of this house. Tonight. She looks at me like I've slapped her. "Flynn, please. We can work through this. Counseling, therapy, whatever it takes." I cut her off with a laugh that sounds bitter even to my own ears. "Work through 13 years of lies? Get out." She straightens up, defiance flashing in her eyes. "This is my house too. You can't just kick me out." That's when I walk to my study and pull out the folder. The one I've been building for 3 months? The one that's going to destroy her world. "Actually, I can," I say, my voice deadly calm. "Remember 2 years ago when we refinanced the house? All those papers you signed without reading?" I watch the color drain from her face. "You signed a quitclaim deed. This house is in my name only. Legally, you have no claim to it." She's staring at me like she's seeing a stranger. You tricked me?" I smile, and it's not a nice smile. "No, Claudette. I protected myself. Just like you've been protecting your little secret for over a decade." Then I drop the real bomb. "I've known for 3 months. I found the letter in September. I've known everything this whole time. Her legs give out, and she slides down the cabinet to the floor. 3 months, she whispers. You've been pretending for 3 months? I pull out my phone and show her the evidence. Photos of her and Preston walking hand in hand through a park 40 miles away where they thought no one would see them. Text messages, thousands of them discussing Sienna's report cards, her piano progress, their secret meetings. There are even photos of them with Sienna at Preston's apartment. This whole shadow life I was never supposed to discover. Rochelle Danes, the private investigator I hired, didn't miss a thing. She was worth every penny. Claudette's hands are shaking as she scrolls through the images on my screen. How did you? Her voice trails off, because she knows it doesn't matter. The evidence is overwhelming, irrefutable, damning. I tell her about the bank accounts. How 3 weeks ago, I legally withdrew every penny from our joint accounts and moved them into my separate account. How I canceled all the credit cards with her name on them. How I've systematically removed her from every asset we owned together. She didn't notice because I timed it perfectly right before the holidays when she was distracted. She looks up at me with pure horror. You've been planning this? You've been planning to destroy me. I crouch down to her level, and my voice is ice. No, you destroyed yourself the day you decided to lie to me about our daughter. I'm just making sure you face the consequences. She scrambles to her feet, desperation making her bold. Preston will help me. He loves me. He'll take care of me. I almost feel sorry for her in that moment. Almost. I pull out my phone again and dial Preston's number on speaker. It rings once, twice, then goes straight to voicemail. Claudette's face crumbles. She tries again. Same result. He's not answering, she whispers, confused. I lean against the counter, arms crossed. He's not going to answer. His wife knows everything. The blood drains from her face. His wife, Gianna. You told Gianna. I nod slowly. Rochelle delivered a complete evidence package to her 2 days ago. Photos, messages, dates, locations, everything. What Claudette doesn't know is that Gianna Vale is a family law attorney. A very successful, very ruthless family law attorney. And she's currently ripping Preston apart in what's going to be the most expensive divorce of his life. But that's not all. The hospital board received an anonymous ethics complaint about Dr. Preston Vale engaging in an inappropriate relationship with a colleague. His career is imploding as we speak. His marriage is over. His children won't speak to him. The man who thought he could have everything is losing it all. Claudette is hyperventilating now, pacing the kitchen. Where am I supposed to go? I have nothing. No money, no house, nowhere. She stops mid-sentence, a new realization hitting her. The divorce. You're going to divorce me. I pull the papers from the folder. They're already prepared, already signed by my lawyer. These get filed first thing tomorrow morning. There's a prenup, remember? The one you signed before we got married? The one with the ironclad adultery clause? You get nothing, Claudette? Absolutely nothing. Morning comes. January 1st. New Year's Day. Claudette spent the night on the couch, still in her party dress. Makeup smeared across her face like a mask of her own destruction. I haven't slept. I've been sitting in my study waiting for 8 o'clock. That's when the process server arrives. I watch from the window as he walks up our driveway, envelope in hand. When Claudette opens the door, still half asleep and disoriented, he hands her the papers. Divorce petition. Full evidence packet. 3 months of documentation that proves every lie she's ever told. She reads through it in the living room while I watch from the doorway. With every page she turns, I see her unraveling. Bank statements showing the money transfers. Screenshots of text messages. Investigator reports with dates and times. Her affair laid out like a police case file. This is everything, she whispers. You documented everything. I don't respond. What is there to say? Her phone rings. She lunges for it, desperate, thinking maybe it's Preston finally calling back. It's not. It's her mother, who's already heard about the divorce from someone at the party last night. Small towns talk fast. Claudette tries to explain, But even her own mother sounds skeptical on the other end. I hear the disappointment in the older woman's voice, even from across the room. When Claudette hangs up, she looks at me with pure hatred. You've turned everyone against me. But then there's a knock at the door. My lawyer, Margot Flynno, relation, just a cosmic coincidence that always makes me smile. She's here with more papers. Custody papers. Claudette's face goes white. You're fighting for custody? She's not even yours. That's when I step forward, and my voice is steel. I've been her father for 12 years. I've been to every recital, every parent-teacher conference, every doctor's appointment. Where was Preston? Hiding like a coward? Biology doesn't make you a parent. Showing up does. Margot hands Claudette the documentation. 12 years of proof that I'm Sienna's real father in every way that matters. Photos from every birthday party. Medical records with my signature. School emergency contacts with my name. Report cards I helped her study for. Piano competition certificates where I'm listed as her parent. It's overwhelming. It's irrefutable. Margot explains in her calm, professional voice that Preston can't claim paternity. Now he's under ethics investigation, facing license suspension and going through a vicious divorce. No judge will grant custody to a man who's professionally and personally imploding. Claudette sinks into the couch. You're taking my daughter. Her voice is hollow. I'm protecting our daughter. I correct her. From the fallout of your choices. That's when we hear footsteps on the stairs. Sienna is standing there, still in her pajamas, holding her stuffed rabbit she's had since she was 3. She's heard everything. Margot quietly excuses herself to wait in her car. Sienna looks at Claudette, then at me. Mom lied about everything. Her voice is so small. Claudette tries to go to her, but Sienna steps back. You lied to Dad? You lied to me? The betrayal in her voice cuts deeper than any divorce paper ever could. 3 months later, and my life looks completely different. It's better, cleaner. The court granted me full custody of Sienna. Claudette gets supervised visitation every other weekend. 2 hours at a supervised facility where a social worker watches every interaction. She hates it. I can see it in her face every time I drop Sienna off. She went from being a full-time mother to being treated like a potential threat to her own daughter. That's what lying for 13 years gets you. Claudette's living in a studio apartment on the other side of town, the kind with thin walls and a parking lot that floods when it rains. She lost her nursing license out the hospital, didn't appreciate the ethics. Violations that came to light during the divorce proceedings. Now she's working retail at a department store, folding clothes for $12 an hour. I saw her there once by accident. She didn't see me. She looked 10 years older, her hair pulled back in a messy ponytail, dark circles under her eyes. The woman who used to turn heads everywhere she went now blends into the background like a ghost. Preston didn't fare much better. Gianna took him for everything in their divorce. The house, the cars, his retirement accounts, gone. His medical license was suspended for 6 months due to the ethics violations. Oh, and when he got it back, no hospital would hire him. He's working as a medical consultant now, making a fraction of what he used to earn. His older kids from his first marriage won't speak to him. He tried reaching out to Sienna once, showed up at her school, and I had a restraining order filed within hours. He hasn't tried since. The best part, Claudette and Preston tried to make it work after everything fell apart. They lasted 6 weeks. Turns out, when you're not sneaking around, when the affair isn't exciting and forbidden anymore, you realize you have nothing in common. They imploded spectacularly. She blames him for ruining her life. He blames her for dragging him into the mess. They destroyed each other, and I didn't have to lift a finger for that part. Sienna and I are in therapy together. We talk about everything, the lies, the betrayal, what family really means. She's angry at Claudette, confused about Preston, but she's healing. We're healing together. Last month, I formally adopted her. Claudette signed away her parental rights in exchange for reduced alimony payments. Sienna legally changed her last name to Ashcroft. When the judge finalized it, she hugged me so tight, I thought my ribs would crack. Tonight, I'm sitting in the audience at the regional piano competition. Sienna's competing against kids from all over the state, and she's incredible. Her fingers fly across the keys, and I'm recording every second of it. In the back of the auditorium, near the exit, I spot Claudette. She's at her supervised visitation coordinator's side, allowed to watch but not approach. She's crying silently, watching the daughter she lost excel without her. When Sienna finishes, the audience erupts in applause. She takes her bow, and when they announce the winners, her name is called for first place.